Hello, everybody. It's Pat with our weekly Oracle card reading and messages. For this upcoming week, today's the 15th of April, and we'll be going through the 20th, 21st of April. So we're halfway through. And once again, I'm delighted to be outdoors. I feel a little bit bad that I kind of put the spring day in your face last week because I know there were some people in other parts of the country who were getting more blizzards. So my empathy goes out to you. Today, for me, I'm outdoors. I'm glad it's a nice day because it's marathon day here where I am in the Boston area. And it goes right by my house. So if you're connected to me on Facebook at all, you'll see my videos and pictures of the marathon runners going by. So, you know, people know us Bostonians for being big sport fans. Sports is big in this state. And if I had a favorite to choose, it would be the marathon. So it's a very inspiring event. So, wow. And as I was shuffling our Archangel Oracle card for the week, one flipped out around for us. So the Archangel who's with us this week is Jeremiah, saying, all is well. And you might be thinking, what the hell is he talking about? Sometimes if you watch the news for long enough, you might think the world's going to hell in a handbasket, okay? But he says, everything is happening exactly as it needs to, as it is supposed to. With hidden blessings, you'll soon understand, okay? So, you know, I've mentioned before, you know, actually in last week's video, I mentioned we're in a time of macrocosmic and microcosmic change. Things are changing they're transforming. And we're making transitions. So what this card heralds is that he's saying all is well because, and it's more of a reassurance message, because as we transition, as we get into higher levels of consciousness, the things that are at the lower levels have to fall away. They crumble, they fall apart, okay? And that's part of what you're seeing going on now. You know, with all the investigations that are going on into the presidency and his taxes and the Mueller report and all that stuff, and as well as other things being brought to light, that whole college cheating scandal, and you know, I'm sure there's more on the way. We're not done with this yet, but have patience. What he's reminding us, he's saying everything's okay, you know, and it will be okay, because you know, part of what all of this will bring to light is we will as a nation make changes because of this, okay? In the future, you know, there'll be stricter guidelines on things, and but so he's saying, you know, the old has to be broken apart or taken away. You know, it's like if you buy a new car, you know, you got to do something with the old one. And if it's a really old, decrepit car, sometimes you just have it towed away and, you know, get its parts recycled or something like that. But, you know, if you're going to refurbish your house, sometimes you have to pull out, you know, the old dusty, smelly carpet. So anyways, that's what it pertains to. And he's reassuring you. Jeremiah is, he was with us last week with that message of life review. And he's here with us again this week. He's also an archangel of prophetic insight. And I know the description for the card says that very thing. He says sometimes what appears to be a problem is actually an answered prayer in disguise, okay? And when we ask for help, heaven may dismantle the old to make room for the new. And during this time of change, you know, practice relaxation methods. Do what you need to do to take care of you, okay? And step away from all the stuff you see going on in the media. Sometimes we feel that. It's like, oh, you just get tired of watching it. And not that we don't appreciate our news media channels for bringing us the information, but we don't have to allow ourselves to be inundated by it. And we can ask Jeremiah to make the transition smooth and harmonious, and know that the changes that are coming, you know, are going to be for the better. Okay? So, you know, we know from what we've seen in the news that there's a lot that's gone on behind the scenes of people who, you know, they've been cheating the public. They've been using their money to buy themselves into places, to buy into things in a in illegal ways, dishonest ways that aren't fair to everybody, etc., etc., or that keep people addicted to things, and all that's being exposed. It's a time of big change. So, anyways, that's what Jeremiah's message is about. And I think it probably goes out to there for some of us who've been kind of like, oh, we were waiting. If you are not happy with our current president and you were hoping that this whole Mueller report thing was going to, you know, be the thing that broke him down or pulled him down, and it hasn't. You know, nothing much seems to have changed other than more drama in the media, or more drama that will be coming up. Jeremiah is letting us know that it takes time, at least time as we experience it, for the old to be dismantled, okay? And it is being dismantled. If you have a big structure that's been there for a long time, it takes time to dismantle it. But the old is being dismantled so that the new can enter, okay? And a new that's fair to everybody. All right, let's see. I was guided to use the Saints and Angels deck for this week, and also Archangel Michael came in the last minute. So let's see what the Saints and Angels message is for us as we go into this week. What would they like us to know? We asked for clear, easily understandable messages. Oh, okay. Okay, interesting. All right, so the beginning of the week from the Saints and Angels is just the card Love with God right on it, and it's got this beautiful outpouring of light in the center of it. The light is coming. Actually, essentially, it's already here. I mean, I feel like for some of you, it's. I get a combination of messages with this. For some of you, it's that God's heard your prayers. For others, it's to me, it's symbolic of more people reaching out to God for help. People who may not necessarily have been or considered themselves spiritual people, but they're all kind of reaching out like, God, please help us. And there's an outpouring of love. Okay? You might receive an outpouring of love personally, or you might see that going on in the world in some way. All right? People in devastated areas being reached out to, and outpourings of love is what I feel when I see that card. The next card that came up was Child. So she's got a little, like, I don't know, ukulele or something there, or some kind of musical instrument, sitting in a tree outdoors. And the last card that came in for the end of the week was Pause. So, middle of the week, children are definitely the focus, either a particular child, or things happening with children, groups of children, okay? And the pause card that comes in at the end of the week, pausing is just really taking that time out, taking out that moment to reflect, and to just pause and take everything into consideration before you move forward. Last week, at the end of last week, the cards that came in for the end of the week, part of the reading last week, were about moving forward fearlessly and perfect timing, okay? So it was letting you know that it was perfect timing to go for something, this weekend. This card, which is really for the end of next week, is about pause. It's like, no, wait a minute before you move forward, okay? I'm going to look at that for a minute. You're going to be taking a moment to, either think twice about something, or Pause. Let's see. Yeah. So it's about pausing for a moment before moving forward and taking time to consider your true thoughts and feelings about a situation. So you're mulling something over at the end of the week, at the end of next week, and taking the time out in that pause to be really honest with yourself and asking, what do you want or what you think the right thing to do is. And it might be in regard to a child, all right? And it urges you to pray to know God's will in the situation. So there's a lot of reaching out this week, okay? For some of you, it's getting back to a spiritual basis, getting back to prayer. And about making sure that you are good, you're kosher, what have you, with whatever you're going to move forward with. All right? Yeah. And it's so that you can be true to yourself, and not necessarily be swayed so much by other people's opinions. Not that it isn't good to seek the advice of other people sometimes and get an understanding of what their experience was. But it really is more about taking the time to examine your own feelings and being true to yourself about something that you're going to endeavor upon. Okay? Just really make sure that you feel, because sometimes we can come upon decisions, and I feel like this is what this has to do with, that can feel a little scary because we know it's going to ruffle feathers. Okay? So it's like you're taking that moment to pause and be like, and check in with yourself and like, okay, is this really the right thing to do? And sometimes it is. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes we do need to take actions or make decisions or move forward in a way that we step out of our role and it ruffles feathers with people. And that's okay. That's part of bringing about change that needs to happen. But, you do need to decide within yourself if that feels right to you and if you're willing to risk that. So that's what that pause is about, taking that moment. Is this the right thing? Is this the right way to move forward, etc.? Okay. So, the middle of the week, as I look at this now, there might be a celebration around a child. Okay. So, because she's sitting there pretty happily out there in the woods with her little musical instrument. So it feels a bit like a bit of a celebration for a child in your life. For some of you out there, if you don't have children, it might mean that you're attending to the child within you, the kid within you who likes to be playful, who, likes going outdoors, who, liked playing musical instruments. Maybe there's a part of you that's reconnecting with that. Okay. But it feels more like it may be a celebration for a child that's going on. All right, that's what I get from those. And it's starting to rain, I think. Okay. Right now it's just sprinkling, thank goodness. All right, let's see what Archangel Michael has to say. For some reason I felt guided to. Archangel Michael, we ask for clear, unmistakable messages, easily understandable messages for what's ahead for our week. What's in the energies for us this week? What do we need to know? All right, nothing's jumping out. But look at this. We have that message of love again. Eternal love, which is what you get from God, is eternal love. Okay? Love is in the air. And it says, help me perceive all the love that surrounds me so that I can feel safe receiving, expressing, and giving love. That sounded like sounded like the fire alarm in my house. Very strange. That was one of those random, the fire alarms in your house go off. So, but nothing's on, nothing's smoking. Weird that that happened. Anyways, so love is the theme. Love is the theme this week. Okay, and this card, in its description, it says the love that you had or have had with somebody is eternal, regardless of the outer experience that you're having of it right now. This is the wrong deck. There we go. Let's see. Yes. Someone's sending you love at this moment. That's why this card came out. Could mean someone in heaven is sending you an I love you. Or knowing that you're a lovable person, but it goes in line with the fact, with the same Saints and Angels card. There's an outpouring of love this week. And it's nice to know that, when you're feeling the love from friends and coworkers and just people in your life, that's nice to have that outpouring. Is there any special event coming up this week? Not that I'm aware of, but hey, we'll take it, right? All right, Archangel Michael, is there any other message that you'd like us to know for this week? No, that's a lot. All right, nothing's flipping out at us. So, oh, here's one. Here's one final one. We'll take this. Okay. Oh, he says detach from the situation. So, usually when this card comes up, after the love, there might be a little bit of drama going on. So, because usually when this card comes up, it says you're embroiled in something to the point where you can't see it. You're too far in it. You need to step back from the situation and take a broader viewpoint. So, let me see, detach from the situation. Yeah, you've become embroiled in a situation to the point where you can't see it objectively. That's the wording I was looking for. So, you need to take a step back from it. And Archangel Michael, what you can ask him to do is help you to cut the cords from it. So, I do want to say that given the cards that have come out, the potential exists that there may be a drama around the child, okay, that, has your worries and concerns and, things like that get stirred up. And he's like detached from the situation so that you can see it objectively. And that will give you a better understanding of what you need to do, okay? So, anyways, those are some of the messages that we get for this week. But remember, Jeremiah says, everything's okay. Things are just, the old is being broken down so that the new can enter. The old is being dismantled, all right? So that's something that works out much better, can be put in place. All right, let's see. Do we want to end with let's end with a postcard from Spirit. I love these. I think I hear someone else's alarm going off. Okay, let's see what this one says. It says, Dear you, let's get the message right on the card. That's what I like about it. What is true for you? Can you be impeccable with your word? Sure you can, as long as it's not used to manipulate others. The truth can set everyone free. Let go of the results. Let go of your fears and allow the truth to empower you and others. This will set into motion a kind of change that will be supportive of you and loving and all kinds of prosperous. This is not a time to compromise and hide your truth from others. Whatever it is you want, go for it and be clear in your motives, especially with yourself. You will be so happy that you did. This is a time where you will tap into the power to co-create and manifest your best life. Does that feel amazing? And the results? miraculous. When you tell the truth and ask the same of others, you can learn a lot from life's bountiful lessons and achieve your dreams. Love you always, Spirit. So it feels to me like that's a little bit about what that card at the end of the week is about, the pause. Okay? And, you may be unearthing things from your childhood that you need to speak your truth about. That's part of why that child card may be in there as well. So anyways, those are our messages for this week. Thank you all so much for watching and leaving the lovely comments that you do below. I look forward to speaking with you again next week. Until next time, take care, have a lovely week, and be well.